Michael, obvious disappointment from the weekend. Have you ever been involved in a game with as many incidents as that?
Only one actually. I was at Sheffield United, and the game got abandoned once. That was, I think we went down to about 6 or 7 players, but it was a bit of a strange game. I don't think obviously it's one that you've just sort of, I think, got to try and wipe aside and forget and just move on to the next one. Because strangely enough, it's weird how the game's finished, but after 20 minutes I thought we're going to win it, because the way we were getting in and we were creating chances, I thought if we could have scored or took one of our chances early on, I think we'd have gone on and won the game comfortably.
The turning point, I think, was obviously the sending off. What was your viewpoint of it? Did you think it was a bit harsh?
I thought it was harsh because I think the ref, to be honest, was going to book Percy, but I think the linesman must have has told him to send him off, because he's just coming to tackle the guy and the guy's got there first, and he has caught him. We know he's caught him, but he's not left the ground, or it's not a 2-footed tackle. It's just a mistimed, genuine attempt to win the ball. So I think it was really, really, really harsh.
And obviously bad news with respect of Rudy Austin as well, and the injury he's been, so we don't know exactly how long he's going to be out for, but it's a big blow and just one of those really unfortunate things that sometimes happen, really innocuous sort of challenge, isn't it?
Yeah, it's amazing how sometimes it happens like that. Hopefully, fingers crossed, Rudy will be as good as he can be. He seemed like he was in a lot of pain, so I don't know obviously what's happening with that yet, but fingers crossed he'll be back, because he's been doing ever so well, and obviously he's a big player for us, and if he is out for a while he'll be hugely missed.
I guess though, as sad as it is for him, it's chances for other people, isn't it, in those situations?
Of course it is, and that's why you've got to have a squad of players, so if unfortunate incidences like that do happen, people are ready to come in and play, and I'm sure, well, we've got a good squad of players here, and whoever's comes into play will do a good job, I'm sure. So
you as a squad kind of trying to write off Saturday, but is the recent run of non-results really a concern now? I mean, is it getting you down? Is confidence taking a hit?
It's been strange really, because I don't think we've played really well against Southampton in between that, and although we've not won in the league, I think it's such a fine line, and I think that we could have won 2 of the games quite easily, got something out of it, especially Burnley. I don't know how we lost that game. That was really frustrating, as an Ole Gaffer had mentioned. Birmingham, another game that we've lost. I felt that there was absolutely nothing in it second half. Really, Burnley and Birmingham have had 1 shot each against us and scored 1 goal and beat us 1-0, and that's such a fine line in the Championship. And I think what we've got to try and do is, when the unfortunate thing for us at the minute is when we're on top in games, we're not taking the lead and taking our chances, and I think ultimately that's coming back to cost us. But that'll change. We've just got to keep plugging away, and it was similar against, like I said, Watford on Saturday. If we could have just nicked in front, I felt we would have really gone on and put our stamp on the game and gone on to win it, even though it was so early, because I felt we were just in the ascendancy.
Obviously, a bit of a slide down the table, but I mean, by the sounds of it, you're still pretty confident, about the way the season could probably pan out.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we have slid down a few places, but I don't think we're a million miles away. I think if like we did before the international break, if you win 3 on the bounce, we'll be right back up there, or 2 on the bounce, should I say, even. So it's just getting that win. Once you get a win and you start flowing, you can't wait for the next game to come. But we've got a week's break now, which I think is probably needed, even though sometimes you want to play and put out your system, because I think a few lads are carrying a few niggles and stuff because we've had just so many games, and hopefully we can recover and be ready to fire against Millwall next Sunday.
Does that go for you too? Just a chance for a little rest up?
Yeah, I've been struggling with my shoulder, to be honest, since I did it, and because there's been so many games Saturday, Tuesdays, there's been no time for it to get better. But obviously with a week now, I can rest it a little bit, and hopefully it'll be recovered, because it was getting better, and then I bashed it against Brighton and it knocked me back a bit. So yeah, fingers crossed I can be alright in the upcoming weeks.
And from a personal point of view, you must be happy with your contribution. I mean, you've chipped in with your fair share of goals too, and your performance, you must feel like a different player from the one that probably joined Man United.
Yeah, definitely. I'm enjoying it. I know, even though we've not picked up results recently as we would have liked, I'm still thoroughly enjoying being involved with it, and I'm still really positive. And I think obviously through training with the lads and seeing what quality we've got, that we can push up the table without a doubt. yeah, just can't wait to keep playing and hopefully trying to contribute.
Tough one this weekend. Tough run of fixtures coming up, though. The Championship's not the most forgiving of divisions, and Millwall, who are in decent form, the new Den.
Yeah,
it's a tricky one, isn't it, this weekend?
It is. They're doing really well at the minute, but amazingly, I think I can remember not too long ago, they weren't on a great run, and now they've put one together, and they've got a good manager there in Kenny Jackett, and I think I've seen somebody say that when they were on a bad run, there was no panic. They just kept doing the right things, had faith, kept doing what they've been doing, and they've turned it around. It is going to be a tough game against Millwall, as any game in the Championship is.